and they are going and terrorizing people, beating them, robbing them, and then you say that is a peaceful country, and then you say we are not at war. So hii tena hakuna mambo ya kudanganyana, hakuna mambo ya kujificha. We are being killed, but we are living in denial. Even when the country is at war, we are still living in denial. And that is what is killing us today. When we have been talking, tukasema, there is nothing that we can do except revolution way. If this is the trend today, just because we are asking for one individual, one innocent person that died, na tunauawa hivi, alafu niambie itakuwa rahisi 2027 kwa huyu mtu kweli atoke? Juzi he has declared himself na akasema he's not going to hand over power, and you are quiet. We think that is just a rhetoric. He has already confessed he's not going to hand over power, and it is not just empty talks. He's proving to us by giving us an example in what is happening on the streets. This is not something to keep quiet. So if we are today at sitting down, say tunasema at one term, na yeye wanakuambia 10 bila break, they mean what they are saying. And if you are doubting what they are saying, then I think what is happening on the streets should clear your doubts. Should clear your doubts. These other politicians, akina Wamunyora, akina nani, they should be called to order. Wawache mambo ya kutudanganya na kutupeleka 2027. It can never happen. It can never happen. If we cannot get it there now, then we forget it. Then tuanze kujiweka nyororo katika mashingo. Tuanze kukuwa slaves mapema. That is the reality. If just accountability, justice for one person inakuwa ni difficult, alafu uje uniambie mtu atawacha power 2027. Mandugu zangu, tusijidanganye. Let us stop living in denial. GK karibu, and let's continue sharing this space. Let's bring Regia. Let's discuss. I want to hear, at least I know at this point, every Kenyan you have learned something. Every Kenyan you have learned something, what is happening, and the kind of regime that we have. GK karibu, welcome GK. GK Kasongo, unmute your mic.
Huyo GK ako pande ya Ruto, fuck him, toe hapa bana.
It is good akuja skiza hapa because inchi si ya Ruto. Inchi si ya Ruto na haiwezi kuwa ni ya Ruto. Na hatuwezi kuwa wote, anaweza kuendelea kutua, lakini hawezi kutua wote. Lakini hatutakosa kuongea. Tutaongea as long as bado tuko na hiyo pumzi ya kuongea. Tutaambiana ukweli. Tutazidi kutaja maovu. Na tutataja maovu tukiita kwa jina. We will not betray. If the country is at war, it is at war. What is war? If it is not the use of firearm. No, tell me what is the definition of a war? When someone is armed, na anatoka mchana na bunduki, na kwenda kupiga risasi, na wengine wanatembea na mapanga na marungu, alafu niambie hiyo si vita. The only difference is because we are still peaceful and we are still giving ourselves to be killed. That is why haionekani. But the time that we now decide to resist and say it is enough, we are not ready to be killed. We are not going to lose more lives. We are now protecting ourselves. It is now kila moja ataamini kwamba kumbe this country has been in war. King, continue sharing the mic.
Manzejo, if anyone here mwenye akona maoni, you can just come up and speak. Utoe ile uchungu umefanya kama ulienda leo street manze, and uka witness manze hiyo mauaji kifanyika manze, kama and share here manzejo, cause kuna wase wapati time ya kuingia street. Kuna hata wenye wajua hata nini na happen Nairobi CBD, and manze hii government tufikisha mahali like sisi mayouth inafaa so tusimame manzejo, to say no to this brutality killing manzejo, cause police wanna take advantage, wanatuua, then wanna give Ruto the space now to lead. Wale wase hawayuko aware of what he's doing, and Ruto now amechukua advantage, now ame create war against us sasa. Like these orders na come from the president. The president ndo anaambianga wase, you just do what you want to do mara. Nini mapolisi mko na aina ya watu hizo washinda. And you can see what the police are doing to us bana. They're killing us. They want to finish us bana. Kwani wanataka ku lead country iko na empty watu empty bana. This is so bro. Hii hata Mungu, hata penye Mungu hata hako afurahi bana. Tumetoka nje kwenda kutafuta justice for Albert, but yet another comrade pia saizi yako chini ameshaenda bana. So what are we up to bana jo? This president must be go. This fucking president, he must step down bana. Him and these hao vibaraka wake wakina Lagat, the guy called himself wakina Kanja. And by the way, Kanja is just a flower girl there. Kanja, we'll see the IG mwenyewe. The IG mwenyewe ni this guy called Lagat. Because Ruto wants Kanja akuita hapo flower girl, then all of a sudden I'm Flemish. All of a sudden then Kanja akuje, Lagat akuje sasa akue the big boss. Because Ebu imagine who now is who nini Lagat na receive the nini hiyo hongo zote from the other police kwa bribes, but Kanja naye receive kitu yoyote. So it means now the person who mwe anafanya kazi mwe ako the general sasa ni Lagat. Kanja is just a flower girl. And manze, we have to stop this. Hawa bunge wanatu mislead hawa ma MP wakina Kimani Chungo, wakina Junet Mohamed. All these motherfucking lazima waende tu ombana. We are tired of them. We are tired of these fake politicians. Wanakuja kutu promise this and this and that. Then wakishafika hapo, they only feed their stomach man. Wanasahau sisi tuliwapigia kura, wanatupikia hizo minofu zao mifupa, tukule hii mifupa hawa kule nyama bana. We have to do what we have to do. We Gen Z's on 25th manze, we are marching to State House. Mimi nimeshaamua. Mimi naenda acha nikufe hata bana jo. I'm tired of this government being led. What generation yetu inakuja ndio itaangalia nini inatapeka kwa hii fucking government. Ile jimba na iende omba na jo. So if anyone mwenye akona maoni, raise up your hand, utaongea. Guys, come up bana jo. I can see who. Bramble, you can speak. Bramble.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I think what's happening is really, really wrong, if you ask me. And then I was wondering, we went to the streets to fight for justice, and then they shoot one of our own, and none of us we're just looking confused. We said come out in numbers. People didn't come out today. I know some of us may not be in Kenya, but we support you guys that are going out to the streets, but it doesn't mean we want people to get killed. You know what's really sad is we still see them sending goons to come and kill some of us. We still see them sending, mobilizing all these guys and giving them rungus. It's really sad, honestly. Like everything is just on the news. Like we can tell what is happening. We don't even need to go far to figure out like who is who. The policeman can be seen on all the pictures. All the photos taken everywhere. We can see him clearly. And then the IPOA will come later and say, oh, we don't know this guy, we don't know this guy. That's bullshit. We shouldn't allow this to keep happening because the Constitution gives us the right to go and protest, to be in the streets. It's not something you're asking for the right to do or you're asking for permission to do. That's where people get it wrong, you know? You go out to the streets, but you're still going out scared because they're coming out guns blazing, scaring us. I think it's high time we do it the same way Waswahili wanasema, an eye for an eye. Because the more we're scared, the more they keep killing every innocent person in the street. Like the guy today, I saw the video, he was selling masks. He wasn't even in the protest. And whether he was in the protest or not, it doesn't deserve to die. He didn't deserve to get killed. That was really wrong. Like, that's outrightly what they're going to do to every single one of us. If this regime doesn't go down, if this president doesn't, like, we have to oust him. We can't continue listening to this nonsense he keeps spewing every day. Today, we saw he offered money to Ojwang's dad. And the other time he offered 5 million to, I can't remember his name, I think it was Kiptum's dad. And he came out today and said, I've never received the 5 million. You see, he killed. It's not even bribing. I think they're given options. Choose one. We either kill you and your family or you take the money. And so they choose the money. And I would not fault him any day, any time. But you can see what's happening. Even that compensation is like, I can kill you and compensate your parents, and that's okay. No, it's not. And we're not saying that them taking the money is wrong. It will help them along the way because when you're poor, you take anything being handed over to you. It's okay. But the fact that he can easily just do that to every single one of us, just know how serious that is. It's about to really get worse, you guys. We have to prepare, we have to get serious. I'm not saying we're not serious, but we have to take all measures to protect ourselves, and also we have to take all measures to know how we're gonna deal with these goons and just this pathetic regime. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. That's nice, Manze Joe. Enyewe, Ruto is using money kuzimisha wasee wasiongee. Like, you can see amebribe saizi Baba Ojwang with 2 million, and I'm sure Baba Ojwang will not receive that money. Even the story of Eliud Kiptum, the guy who was the athlete, alipatia his father pesa, alimpromise pesa, but his father now amekama and claim like hajaipata hiyo pesa. Like Ruto doesn't care anything. Ruto is a mafia. Ruto is a dictator, a big dictator. Ruto ndo Hitler mwenyewe sasa. Like, this guy, Idi Amin mwenyewe, this guy is no longer any ajali if you are a human being, is the face of now the Lucifer, is the son of the Lucifer. So guys, we have to take care of ourselves, Mazejo, as we go for demonstrations, and remember this, that we must occupy the state house. This guy must get out of that seat, Banajo. Ako hapo illegal, ayuko hapo legal, and he must get out, bana, with this regime, these corrupt regimes. Now police killing everybody, bana. What is this? So anyone else mwenye kuna issue yoyote, anyone wants to changia them, just raise up your hand. Fabish, you can just take on it. Like, I just want to do something that would be more karibu. Hello, guys. What's up?
Wakenya mkuji kuongea, mnafurahishwa na hizi mambo yanaendelea. It's like everyone here is comfortable. I don't know what is happening. I want to know exactly why people are not giving their opinion. Are we the only people that we are having this rage? Bali nyinyi ni kuogopa, mnaogopa, ni kushtuka, mmeshtuka, ama mko comfortable?
I don't know why okay. Kim Felix, you can speak.
Kim Felix, hi.
Hi Fabish, how are you?
I'm doing great, bro. Welcome.
Asanteni maze. Lakini Fabish, mtanielewa, this is my first time kuongea kwa space. Niko very new in Twitter. But mtaniruhusu nichangie?
It's okay. Karibu.
Nimekuwa nikifollow up to hizo upuzi inaendelea, lakini mazee, for real, mimi mazee hata niko speechless. I have nothing to say. Yani iliwafikia mahali nikaambia hata madhangu, mimi najisikia tu kujimada, misioni future yoyote juu Kenya imekuwa completely rotten. Yani mimi ni ule msee mwenye huwa bado kidogo tu hivi lakini huwa I keep on fighting juu so niko Mombasa, mimi huwa nafanya civic education mitaani tu huko kwa place naitwa Magongo Bokole, uko ndani kwa wase wenye kwenye aka mabig wigs hawawezi fikanga. So huwa niko huko nao, niko jobless, siko job, na hivyo nawania UMCA wa kwetu nikiwa niko jobless. So I believe that kuungana yenye tunafaa tuungane, na by the way tushaungana tu, ni ile uoga tuko nayo. Like for example, mimi sijai kuwa Nairobi, nilikuwa Nairobi tu nikisomea NIBS tu, but ukiniambia niingie CBD na tuanze maandamano, hii issue ikiwa hivyo na mimi ni mgeni, I may end up losing my life. So tuko pamoja, nimekuwa nikitembeza civic education huku mtaani and everything is fine. So I'm fighting from this side. Nikienda home pia huwa naenda chats na napiga civic, naenda pia kwa wazee wa mtao mpaka kwa maboma zao. I ask some questions, then tumeorganize teams huko za Makueni County, nikiwa tu huku Mombasa na niko jobless. So nikikaa kidogo, nikipata kitu kidogo, nakimbia bara, naenda naangalia mifugo venye huko, and naingia mitaani tu kufanya civic education, na watu wameanza kuamka by the way, honestly. Sasa watu ni wajanja, Wakenya si wajinga. Hivyo ndio nimerealize. So yenye imehappen leo, I saw it, though nilikuwa interview na nimeanguka interview. So maze, it's really traumatizing. Mimi na I feel, but naelewa tukiungana, tukikuwa kitu kimoja, we are going to make it. Yeye in Mombasa, msiseme watu hawajui. Nasikianga tu wasee kwa space wakisema Mombasa wamelala, but si eti ni kulala tumelala. Ni ile tu Mombasa inataka tu msee mmoja tu mwenye anaweza akalead, because hawa wasee wako huku coast. Honestly, wengi wa bara ndo at least tunajaribu, lakini hawa wasee wa huku coast yenyewe is like wanakuanga tu comfortable. Hiyo ndio mchango wangu kwa leo, na I am ready. Nikiwa na anything tu nitakuwa na support. Tukue pamoja, hii struggle inaisha. Asante Fabrice.
Asante sana Kim. Yes, una participate mahali popote huko, manake bado ni within the republic. Ile kitu iko ni kuwa, I think there is no any amount of civic education that will redeem this country. What this country now need is total revolution, total reset of the system. This is what we have been saying all along. The political way, it is just a manipulation. There is nothing called democracy in this world. It is total rubbish and total manipulation. Especially here in Africa, democracy means something else. What is happening? You see the use of force, brutality, the injustice, atrocities that are being committed in broad daylight and committed by the very same people that they are supposed to uphold the rule of law, and they expect us to respect the law. What I want to declare is, we don't have any business in respecting the law that they themselves, those people that they sworn in by the very same law, are not respecting it. Hakuna, hii kabisa tunaongea na kifua mbele. We don't have business in respecting the law that you yourself, that you swore by it, you are not respecting it. It is a high time that Kenyans will come with a different way of how to dealing with this nonsense once and for all. We cannot continue this way. We cannot operate this way, because this country, we are not begging anyone permission to be here. We are not living in this country under someone's mercy. We are here. It is our right to be here. No one chooses who should be here. We were put here by our God. Everyone has equal right. We cannot continue being mistreated in our own motherland in the name of respecting the rule of law, where those people are in charge themselves, they don't respect that law. Hapana, tuambiane ukweli. You know, if it means to start afresh, so be it. Lakini tuache mambo ya kutishana na kuogopana. Kama ni kila kitu ichomeke tuanze fresh, so be it. You know, because watu ambao tumewapatia privilege and then they go and use the power, very same power ambao tunawapatia kutu oppress, itakuwa namna gani? Renson. Guys, continue requesting the mic. Ujeni muongee huku, manake sasa mkikaa huku chini mnanyamaza. Hatujui kama mnaridhika na hii mambo vile inafanyika. Hatujui kama mko sawa, labda sisi pekee tu tunaona different. Kuja ongea hata kama ni one sentence. At least we need to speak as Kenyans. Ile kitu ambayo inatumaliza ni kwamba tunanyamaza. Tunanyamaza huku, tunanyamaza wapi, tunauawa. That's why tunauawa tu kama kuku tukinyamaza. Guys, let's speak it out. Kuja ongea hata kama ni neno moja. So, Renson, karibu. Renson, I can see your mic is on. Guys, continue requesting the mic. Come and speak. Don't be scared to speak. Hii government ikitaka kukujia tu itakukujia. You know. Na tukiendelea kukua oga hivi ndio tunaenda tukipotea. If you cannot speak now for yourself, who will speak for your children? If we don't speak for those people that ambao wamefanyiwa injustice, who will speak for you? Unajua zingine mimi nashangaa sisi wa Kenya. Ikiwa leo utaki kuongelea mtu ambao amepata injustice, kesho nafikiri nani atakuongelea?
I think none can speak. I'm request a favor. And just give him a chance to speak. None, come on.
Let me see if he's on the requests. Sometimes realize I have to use two devices to run this because of the network. So Chacha Maro, if you can hear me, you can request the microphone again. I have tried to send you a mic so you can make your submission. While you're waiting for Chacha to talk to us, Lee Kirago.
Hey, hello once again, guys. And from where I sit or from where I stand a very frustrated, angry young man because of the current happenings in our country. We have just witnessed a cold-blooded murder in the streets of Nairobi, a city which in the East African community we are being looked upon as the big brothers. But I think it's time for this movement to morph from being a peaceful movement with flags and water bottles and cameras to a movement where it has flags and it also instills fear to those that we are protesting against in whichever way possible. I don't want to go into the details because right now my mental amplitude is not okay, and I feel very angry. So I will request the mic once again, and I will be very ready to table my submissions.
Okay. Malia Davis.
Hi, Pipi.
Hi.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Unfortunately, fortunately, I went through this as a child, and it was a very terrible life. Living under a dictator is a bad life. He puts fear into you up to your bone marrow, that you have so much fear that you can't even if you're young, you're a child, so you can just feel the atmosphere is so oppressed, like there's so much oppression. Na sasa huko ndio our dear president anataka kuturudisha. You have seen the fish starts rotting from the head. Hii behavior ya kutuma criminals to go and deal with innocent people. The same thing what they did to to Ojwang. Mwalimu Ojwang. They just send some apparently there's some trustworthy or some reliable remandees. So in other words, kuna wale watu yenye who are prisoners whom they've even become reliable to the police. Like OCS anajua huyu prisoner na huyu prisoner ni reliable people, I can give them 2,000, which is probably the same thing that happened kwa hawa goons yenye ulikuwa unaona leo wanalipwa 2,000 na wanapewa pombe. The same, like the modus operandi is just the same. Today I was at the butchery, and now the people who are working there, they were discussing this issue, and they were like, one of them was like, this man's plan is to put this guy Lagat as the IG during elections, and to send a message that we are now no longer operating within the law. You know what this guy is capable of? Because I've been asking myself so much, why is it that they had to go and pick this guy from his parents' house and make sure that his parents even know that he's been picked? Why didn't they just abduct him in the middle of nowhere the way they normally do and then finish off with him and dump him somewhere? Why go through all this? Is it like sending a message, trying to send a message to people, to Kenyans, that tutakuchukua mpaka kwenu na tukuchukue kutoka mikono ya wazazi wako na tukuue? I'm telling you, it's a bad life. It is a bad life. But the only thing which I'm seeing as a tunnel at the end of the, at least a light, is that he can't be on the seat for more than, hata akifanya nini, itabidi atoke at the end of that period when he's supposed to be in that seat. Ile time tulikuwa under Moi, hatukuwa tunajua Moi ataitoka kwa hiyo kiti. Juu jamaa alikalia hiyo kiti for a long time, and it's like he was not showing any signs of like he's moving. But the thing with this guy, he's so predictable. Like he just tells you, he'll even just tell you point blank what he's planning to do. Si alisema tu hapa that he's not going to handle. He knows he's very unpopular. He knows nobody wants him, and he'll be atashindwa asubuhi. But he's not. Imagine, na anasema tu openly. So me, the only thing which I can say about Ruto is a very consistent person, predictable person. The same thing, ufanya mambo yake the same. So for us to really be expecting anything positive from this guy or any changes from this guy, over this guy afute Lagat. Sasa atafuta aje Lagat na niye wanakulanga hiyo pesa, hiyo pesa yenye ina collectiwa Nairobi security pesa ya security and what not, wanakula pamoja. Don't delude yourself ati Lagat anakula 100M peke yake na kuna kitu Ruto anapata. Wanakula pamoja the whole line of them. OCPD, OCS, kila mtu akona kati yake. That's common knowledge, by the way, to anyone who knows anything about police. Wanajua hata traffic, ukiingia kwa traffic officer, unatakana ulete quota. And if you don't bring the quota which will be able to bring those cards for that money to be able to fikia Lagat, ifike 100M, na huko kuingine pia ifike the targets, utapelekwa Baragoi ama some other place. So hizi ni vitu zenye zimekuwa, it's only that this time, and I'm thinking that these people, they've even been doing this because I don't think this is the first time ati wameenda kuchukua mtu kwa mzazi. Wamekuwa wakifanya, lakini sasa hii ikakuja ikalipuka. Because in the morning when Muhwana, and I hope Muhwana security, because by the way, this guy, I don't foresee him living with this kind of, confession. Naona ni kama anaweza hata uliwa. But Muhwana said in the morning, he when now his colleagues, he had already left, his colleagues started calling him to ask him, do you know what happened to this guy? Have you heard what is happening? Now it's become like it's gone on the news and it's gone viral. So the guy calls Talam. Talam anamwambia, don't worry, we are okay. Can you imagine? So that means hii ni kitu yenye, na Muhwana amesema when Talam was an OCS in Langata, he did a similar kind of a thing there and he got away with it. So guys, let's think outside the box. Juu jamaa, let me just tell you for free. Hakuna kitu yenye atafanya yenye tunamuitisha. Hakuna. I'm sorry to say. But we even, by the way, prisoners, political prisoners leo wametoa statement about this dictatorship issue and this extrajudicial, because they're saying we are going back to Moi era. And today I even saw a Kalenjin man talking to Kalenjins and telling them that we cannot say that we're supporting somebody like this na hakuna kitu anatusaidia nayo. He's just ruining our country. I'm in WhatsApp groups, more than 50 WhatsApp groups kuchangia watu fees. Hakuna kitu anatusaidia kama sisi wa Kalenjin, and we were warned by Moi. Moi himself warned Kalenjins that don't make sure this guy asingie kwa kiti. Akiingia kwa kiti mtalia. Back to you, Pip.
Edwin.
Yes, thank you again, Peter, for allowing me to have this time to speak. Just rant. I don't know what these police officers who are killing innocent Kenyans want. I don't know who lied to the police that they have this monopoly of violence. You don't. If Kenyan youths, if the society in Kenya just have a mental switch and they decide to give you the deaths you are giving Kenyans, you police officers will be wiped out of existence. You exist because us as the society, we allow you to exist, and we've given you parameters by which you're supposed to operate within the law. Why kill an innocent person just because you can, just because you have a gun? And you think Kenyans will just sit back and watch? We gave IPOA the authority to protect Kenyans, to help to protect Kenyans against police brutality. They are doing nothing. It's only a matter of time before Kenyans take actions, take the law into their own hands. Because we're all human beings. We all believed. That boy who was killed, he has a family where he comes from. He may have a child who is depending on that on him. You as a police officer, you just take a gun and just shoot someone just because, I don't know what's wrong with you. You think you'll get away with it for long? Police officers who are here. You think we as citizens are afraid to kill if you're forced by circumstances to do it? We will do it. You can ban your police stations. I'm really sad because this trend, the police keep on doing this thing because they know they can get away with it. Because they know we as Kenyans will just cry and move on. I've reached a point where now I strongly understand, and sometimes I recommend any police officer who is going to kill an innocent Kenyan should be killed on the spot. Hapo ndio watu wataheshimiana. But this is hata kujua, I have to follow the law. But as long as we keep tukibembeleza police, no, they will keep, and they want us to remain silent because they know we have the power. That monopoly of violence, the police officers keep on saying they have. No, it's a lie. We, the people, have the monopoly of violence. It's just that we've not reached a point where we have a mental switch. That mental switch has not yet kicked in. If police officers act as the militia, we will defend ourselves. Na tutajua sasa nani ndio kusema. And the truth is, we will win because we are many. We have the intelligence. In fact, most of these police officers are malnourished. If you remove the gun from their hands, bro, one-on-one, they cannot take you down. Most of these police officers are unfit. They cannot even run. Alafu unakuja, you think the Kenyan youths watakaa tu hapo tu wanaona tu mnatua tu. No, we will ban your police, the police stations. I think sometimes the only thing these powerful people understand is when we threaten them. When we kill one of them, power belongs to the people. And it's not a suggestion, it's the reality. Power belongs to the people. We are the people. We decide how we are going to be governed. If those ruling class decide to break the law, we will break the law and we will catch them. We will not give them peace. Hawezi kuwa wanafurahia the protection of the police when they steal, when they do all these things, when they kill, when they use the police officers to assassinate politicians, when they use police officers to kill innocent Kenyans. Na sisi tu Kenyans, we just sit and we just watch and we just cry all the day. Kila siku tunalia tu, police should stop brutality. Police should stop extrajudicial killing. No. At some point, we should arm ourselves. Ndio tuheshimiane. That's the only time police watarudi chini. They will now come to dialogue with us. But as long as they're killing us the way they are doing it, they will do it and you will do nothing. And IPOA will not protect you. There's a problem with Africa. Sometimes we are ruled by fear too much. We are afraid to die. And that fear is being used by this ruling class to control us. Unaona kama those European countries. The reason why those European countries work is because those people, the people in power, they have tested the wrath of its citizens. They know if they fuck up, citizens are willing to destroy them. If you look at these European countries, kulikuwa na civil war for so long. I think as Kenyan, we need to reach that point when we are willing. Police wakisema sana ni watatua, we are going to kill them also. Any police officer who is going to kill an innocent Kenyan should be killed. You should be stoned. Hapo ndo tutaheshimiana. But as long as tuwabembeleze, we expect IPOA to help us, to protect us, bro, that will never work. And IPOA has proven time and time again they will do nothing. So we should protect ourselves. Your police watuheshimu. Our leaders, they don't protect us. They protect themselves. They use the police as a militia to protect themselves. That is clear. Now as Kenyans, we need to protect ourselves. And we first need to protect ourselves against the police. If you see a police officer arresting your fellow brother, and they have not identified themselves, shout mwizi, wapigwe mawe. Tuheshimiane. Police cannot run scot-free. They are doing everything. They can kill, they break the law. No, if they are going to operate outside the law, we are also going to operate outside the law. Because we are all human beings. We need, everyone bleeds. You're not just going to kill people just because you are a police officer. Fuck you. We're going to kill you too. I'm done. Peter.
All right. We have Gio here today. Gio.
Hi, PP. Good evening.
Good evening to you. I hope you're well.
I'm good, bro. Thank you so much for giving me the chance. It's been a minute. Sijakuwa online for a while. Ndo nimetoka maandamano bana, nimefika kwa nyumba. And I want to talk about some things here concerning what's happening in the country right now. And the first thing, I think we have been so lenient first to the government bloggers that are here. We have been so lenient, and I don't understand why that's happening. Why don't we all must report first of all these accounts ziende chini kwanza, ndo tubaki sisi wenye tunapigania nchi, ndo tubaki, because you see right now if you go through the TL, there are so many people who are supporting what's happening, including even some bloggers that we supported some time back. Somebody like Alai, somebody like even other Luo guys who have been in opposition for the longest time. Leo nimeona they are writing so many bad things about the protest and all that. Now, my first request, why don't we must report all these accounts? Ndo ziende chini kwanza, because we can. If we decided to do so, we can. Why are we giving them attention? That is number one. I think that is something that we should be doing as soon as possible, at least so that we don't have them on the line. Then number two, I think at this point, whatever is happening in the country right now, it's very obvious that camera is the only tool that we can use now to demand justice. So tukienda maandamano, hata kama ni Thursday, mimi nimetoka leo, nitarudi Thursday, and any other day that we will be going. So kitu nawaomba nyinyi wote, tubebeni simu na let your camera be on throughout, so that we can capture all these extrajudicial killings that's happening, the torture, and even the goons, because these goons that are now cooperating with the police, some of them are our friends, some of them are our relatives. So let's carry our camera whenever we are going and keep it on throughout, so that we can have all the evidence, because that is the only tool that we are going to use to demand justice when it is required. Okay? Number three, 2027 is coming. All of us don't want this guy to go back. But then Alisha Sema, juzi amesema it is not going to hand over power to people. I don't know, but he was talking about Gachagua and all that. Now, we all know Ruto is going back. He has started campaigning. But sisi kama, because now we are the opposition, it's true, we are the opposition. The former opposition is now dining with the government. Okay, they have been dining together, but right now it's very obvious. Rao na Ruto na even the previous president, who is Ounye, he's not talking. So that simply means all of them are dining together. So sisi in the opposition. Now, Ruto is going back. It's very obvious. Sisi wenyewe tunapeleka nani? Because we will be ranting all like this till 2027, and then we don't have somebody that we're going to vote for. Then what next? Because you can't vote somebody out if you don't have a candidate who is going to represent you. So what I think, the first thing that we should be doing right now, because we only have next year, which is 2026, and then the election period will be there. So the first thing that we should be doing right now, as soon as possible, why don't we hold a big space to chague mtu moja who is not among the political class, because these guys are friends. All these guys are friends, and I can say it boldly. Even Gachagua is just crying because it was thrown out. But all these people are friends. So why don't we sit down as the whole Kenyans who are suffering, then tuchague mtu moja who is not part of the political class, alafu tumweke mbele, hata kama ni kucontribute pesa ya campaign, we can do that. We have the capacity to do that. Why don't we come up with one person, alafu tumweke mbele, akuwe anatu represent? Because we only have next year. We are ranting here every day, mtu anasema Matiang'i, mtu anasema Maraga, somebody, wengine wanasema Ruto and all that. 2027 itafika, we don't have anybody, we don't have a similar voice, alafu jamaa tarudi, then what next? We will have to respect the constitution. Now, we will have another 5 years of suffering. So I think that is something that we should be looking up to tuifanye as soon as possible, tumalize. Then, we all know, right now, the only people we can trust ni sisi. Hakuna mtu mwingine. We cannot even trust the members of ODM and all that, even Gachagua and his team, and anybody who is in government, we cannot trust them because none of these people are talking about anything. They are not even condemning the extrajudicial killing that is happening in the country right now. So we all know justice delayed is justice denied. So let's come out and demand justice every day. Kama ni kwenda street, let's go to the street every day, hata kama ni 3 times a week, so that everything can be standstill and watu watatusikiza. That's all that I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you Bwana Gio for your submission. Na ningependa kusikia maoni ya wengi zaidi. So if you are here and you want us to you want to talk to us, request the microphone and I will definitely get to you. Kuna watu ambao wanashindwa kufika because of maybe the network, but I'll try to add as many people as possible as I can. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Home Run with Pipi. We come to you each and every weekday from 4 p.m. all the way to 9 p.m. East African time. It's a community-supported space, so if you like what you're doing, I'll keep on retaliating that your support is the reason why we keep on bringing and amplifying your voice. So if you like what you're doing, enda pale hivi kwenye Tipja line and support. And also, pia ningependa ku shout out that we have found the need to also create a group for WhatsApp, Home Run with Pipi. So the group was suspended yesterday. It got 100 members in a short while. The link is pinned up hivi kwenye Jumbotron ya space. So the group was banned immediately. It went live. It ilichukua like less than 12 hours and it was suspended, and a lot of people left the group. But I appealed, and my appeal was successful. So the group HRWP is back on. So if you want to be part of our community, I have currently limited the speech so that you can have people joining. You can go into that link and join. There's so many ways you can support these community-led spaces. And one thing we have to realize is the closer we get to 2027, we will realize that even the voice that we need will be sold. Mnaona spaces, watu wa media watakuwa wanauza space. Media people sell this mic. The mic is very expensive, and that's why you see you get that there are only these specific people coming every time kuja kwa TV. And that is the essence of spaces like Home Run with Pipi. We are trying to remove that kasumba ya kwamba kuna watu specific ambao wanafaa kuongea kwa space. You get? There are no specific people that are supposed to speak on spaces. It's a free space for everybody to come out and express themselves as long as they keep it respectful. So yes, let's go to Biggie as we continue. And remember, today has been quite a day. I didn't expect a young man to be hit by a gun butt. Unajua the butt of a gun. Amegongwa alafu akapigwa risasi. The news that I'm getting right now is the guy is not dead, but he is in critical condition at Bliss Hospital. So that is something maybe we need to update. His name is Eli Joshua from the earlier indication. One of the other persons that have really come to disregard na kuacha tu niseme kwa sababu platform ni yangu. Nimewadharau sana. God damn it. Nimewadharau sana ni wale bloggers wa ODM. Nimewadharau sana. Mungu awasamehe. Umai realize umaienda kutaka kudate mtu ama unataka kufanya kuandikwa kazi mahali, alafu tutumie kazi ndo tusikue controversial. Umetaka kwenda kuandikwa kazi, alafu next month unasikia kwamba that is the most toxic environment. Imeexposiwa kwanza kwa Edgar Obare. Unajua ndio uexposiwa kwa Edgar Obare vinyo unaweza kuwa mbaya because limit ni Nyakundi. Unawekwa, you get, that is how this is what we dodged. We are now convinced, I am very convinced that ODM was not an option for Kenya. Hata kidogo. ODM haijawahi kuwa option ya Kenya hata kidogo. Wacha tuiseme leo initoke kwa roho. Unajua saa zingine vitu zingine unasema unaenda nazo hadi kwa kaburi. ODM was not an option for Kenya. They are the ones, let us say it as it is. ODM is providing goons. It is the one that is protecting the state right now. Am I lying?
Siku zote. Igwe, gavana Igwe, Sakaja, tumelinda jiji. Na tuwaogopi wakuja sasa. Wakuje sasa. Igwe siku zote. Mbwekza tuko hapo.
So those are goons. Those are goons. There's a video I got on Citizen that goons are working hapo mbele ya City Hall, Nairobi CBD. In the middle of the day, those are the chances saying they wamelinda jiji. For those who are not getting it, they have protected the city. And they are carrying rungus. Gio, then we go to Magode.
Peter, I think just back to what I said, we need to agree on one thing here. ODM and Jubilee and UDA were all formed by friends. These are just friends who separated to gather votes, then come back and eat. These people are the same. Nobody knew Raila would work with Ruto, or nobody knew Raila would work with Unye. But then what happened? So there is nothing new here. It's just very unfortunate that goons wenye walikuwa hired, some of the leaders were Luos, the likes of Gaucho and all those other guys. But then we have to understand that everything was done by the governor. So you can imagine the kind of government we are in. So that's why I was saying we should be having somebody who is going to represent us as early as now. We all know these people are friends. Raila and Ruto and all that, they are friends. And you can see nobody's even talking about everything that is happening in the country right now. So it's very obvious. And as a matter of fact, we all have to know that if we don't plan prior, we are going to be defeated. And then we will have to respect the Constitution. So as much as we are going to condemn everything that is happening, but we all have to remember, if not by war, of which I won't recommend, I've never experienced one, the only way we can remove Ruto from the State House is through sisi kukuwa na mtu na tumpigie kura. So as much as we are going to talk here and rant, it will be like this every day, but we must have a plan. And the plan should be with one agenda, how to remove Ruto in State House. We really need to work on that, and we need to make that a very big agenda because it's getting late, bro. To everybody who is listening, we all know it's getting late because politically, campaign lazima ipigwe, lazima ende mashinani, our parents na guardians and relatives waongeleshwe, wajue whatever is happening. Then, by the time inafika, we have enough votes. Alafu, I was forgetting about something. It's very true. The past elections, youth have not been voting. It's true. Youth have not been voting. Mimi, the only time I voted was in 2022. I never voted in 2017, even though I was able to. Now, one thing that I'm begging all the Kenyan Gen Zs and millennials and everybody who understand that whatever is happening in the country right now, tuchukweni kura majama. Tuchukweni kura, because that is the only tool that we are going to use to remove Ruto from State House. If not, By 2028, we will be here crying and calling him names, but then he will be the president and the commander-in-chief. So all I'm begging everybody here, tuchukweni kura as early as this year, as early as next year. Sisi wote tukue na kura. Wale watu wanasema, you know, I don't vote because votes are always stolen and everything. Nyinyi ndo mmefanya, nyinyi ndo the biggest contributors of why whatever is happening in the country is happening right now. Because if we all come out, tuchukue kura, alafu tuende tuicast basically for one person. Trust me, Ruto will not have an escape route because it's very obvious he's so unpopular right now. Everybody don't want him. So tuchukweni kura majama, alafu tufanye hivyo. Thank you, Pipita.
Magode.
Hey, Pipita.
Mzee.
Hey. Wanatuua kaa kuku bana. Huyu ni kijana amepigwa risasi hivyo. Hadi siani nikiongoja 2027 bana. Hata nimepost watu wa lawyers watu advise. We need a referendum. We need a referendum. I don't think we can survive anymore. I don't think we can survive in this country. People forget watu waliuliwa wakatupwa Kware. They were being butchered wakatupwa Kware. 2027 gani tunaongoja? Will I even be alive? Pipita, will you even be alive 2027? Are you sure you're going to be alive? Will I go? Mimi hata nashindwa sana sasa akaa nitakuwa hai. Kenye nimeona leo ni piwa, ni mtu amepewa kill, ni orders, shoot to kill. We can't survive in such a country. Mi hata mimi naofia maisha yangu sasa. We can't survive in this country. I want lawyers to advise us on how to do a referendum. How do we collect these signatures? Baba, kuna siku baba collect signatures. Nataka muniambie, how do we collect these signatures? How do we collect these signatures? I don't think we can survive as a country, Pipita. No, we can't. Mimi, I don't think I can. How many people are missing? Tutauliwa hadi lini? Hadi mimi nilikuwa ile notion ya I will wait ni hadi siku yenye kura yangu itanitetea. Hadi I don't think I will make it. Hadi ni mara, hata nashukuru Mungu zile mara been arrested town sijauliwa, at least niko hai napumua. But where next? Will I be alive? Will you be alive as a Kenyan? Pipita, we need lawyers. Tuambieni. These signatures, how do we collect them? We need this government gone. Vibaya sana. Gone. Hey, idea mtu, but hawa hizi ndio wanakuja na maaskari na manduthi, wao ndio wananyang'anya watu. Ati Sakaja 10. Governor mjamo umbwa yeye. Tuko na that wa madimples, tutakuwa na yeye na atatuona ufala sana hii maisha. Pipita, I'm not happy. That's not good. Kazi ni kugrab mashamba. Hey. You know what these people are doing in the background, you guys? You know how many houses Sakaja kutoka kwa governor amejenga nyumba zake ngapi? You know, people should we need to end all of this and then elect a new government and then take all the properties zenye zimechukuliwa. Everything in this country is rich. I'm not happy. We need a referendum. Hii mwaka hata we need to collect those signatures. Hata nataka advice. Mtuambie, how do we collect the signatures? Zianze. We need to sanctify everything. Our police force. Everything. Tukiendelea hivi as a country, we'll get another rotten government. We don't want that. We need people who can do work for us. Sasa mi Pipita nikigonjeka. We had a discussion with my cousin another day. Mi nikigonjeka is for now ndapelekwa wapi? Mbagathi. Mi ni Mbagathi material. Kuna mtu Kenyatta material juu afford kulipa. Hell, unakatwa hizi mambo za kulipa. We should have a fair government. This is fair. This is not a government. This is not a country. We need a country. We need a working country. Yaani hadi mimi najiangalia najisikilia huruma. Kuna mtu wa Mbagathi. Na Mbagathi ukienda hata kuwe mgonjwa aje kupita, utapangishwa line. Hata uko unakufa. Mama Lucy hata uko unaenda utakuwa unapangishwa. We need our country is in shambles. Our education, mtoto hata hadi mwalimu anaitisha 300 alipo. Mimi sijui ni country gani per month. Na usipotuma mtoto na nako public school, what kind of a country is this? Ai Pipita, pea mtu next. Mimi nasikia hadi machozi ile imemwagika bana. This is not good. This is not a country.
5, 4,
I'm not happy,
3,
man.
2, 1, 0.
Welcome. Home Run with Pippi.
You're tuned into Home Run with Pippi at it's 6:45 p.m. East African time. It's 17th. Remember, next week is 25th of June, and people have found themselves looking to mark the anniversary since last year, June 25th, where the police also decided to be very brutal on the young Kenyans who went to the streets. Yeah, so it's quite something. And right now I want to continue with the mic to Bush.
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I hope everybody is good. It is a Saturday, a frightening day today. Sorry, my network kidogo iko shida, but I don't know. I don't know. Yani, I don't see us waiting until 2027. We cannot continue waiting until 2027. This has gone too far. This has gone too far. Because what that guy is showing us today is what will happen in 2027. That guy won't leave power. That guy won't relent power that easily. And if you heard him, he said that atapeana. And also he has given out remarks. I think it was yesterday or today that people cannot deter him from doing what he's doing. And there will be atakubali nini consequences. What kind of a leader is that? What kind of a leader is that? Do we even have a country? Huyo jamaa vile amekaa hivi. Does he think that people will love his children when we are done with him? Ni nani atataka watoto wake wata-associate na nani? You know, everything we do for the future. Now, that guy is destroying a future, yes. Ni future yetu. But will his children survive? Hata hizo pesa wanasanya wameenda kuficha huko, sijui they want to go to sijui Maldives, sijui wapi. We will still go for them. And I pray that one day we'll get some sober leaders. People will go back to look for this man. People will work to make sure that as a country, we are surviving. Because we cannot continue this way. It is just a pity. I mean, shooting somebody point blank. That guy had a mask. He had masks only. The guy doesn't have a gun. Hata ana rungu, ana hata mawe kwa mkono. He's just standing there with his masks. Ama huyo polisi aliona atapigwa risasi na mask. I mean, ama mimi sielewi, or risasi mask iko na risasi siku hizi. It's such a shame as a country. People, I think we should go to State House. I don't see us turudi nyuma. Twendene tu State House. Hakuna haja ya mambo mingi. It is now or never. Thank you, Pepita.
Thank you, Bwana Bush, for that. Owino.
Yeah, asante sana Pipita. Inauma sana kuona someone unarmed getting shot at point blank. But again, we did the same thing in 2024. We were on the streets, people were shot. It happened, the cycle continues, we go back home, we keep on complaining on the social media and nothing is happening. I think Kenya tuko tu na shida ya policies. Our policies maybe are inefficient or I don't know, there is a gap somewhere. For example, how do you go to the streets, you shoot someone and then there is no action taken? So our malawyer wenye wanakujanga huku kina Kalonzo, kina Kivuva Kibwana, the former nini wa Machakos, they speak so big, vitu zingine wanaweza fanya, but then are there no laws that can actually be used? Police commanders, it become a command responsibility because they know who they position where and when. You know, if the law can be narrowed down to the commanders, the commanders wa hiyo contingent yenye ilikuwa pale, now polisi wenye wanashoot watu, the OCS, Nairobi Regional Commander, mpaka kwa IG, because they know who is deployed where, nani anatumia gun gani. But then again, our laws is not doing that. For example, ukiona ile kesi ya Rex Masai, some people waliitwa, sijui was it Masengeli or the former IG of police. Nothing happened. That case ilienda tu hivyo. No one. Sasa imebaki tu yule jamaa mmoja mwenye suspected shoot Rex. But then who gave the command? Do police, by the police are taught kule Kiganjo, they are taught mambo ya reflex. They are not taught logic. They are not taught about emotions. That's why utapata tu mtu tu, for example, hii shooting ya leo, that's not even about anything. It's about reflex. Yeah, akiona tu mtu command yenye alipewa leo, go to the streets, ensure that no one sijui hakuna mtu ana break law and order. The moment anaona leo jamaa reflex zake zina trigger, ana shoot. So the responsibility should be taken back to the commander. And these commanders, they are known. The IG knows them. Nairobi Regional Commander anawajua, and that's where the buck should stop with them. Watu wa LSK, they should not be going for these small people. Once that is done, any shooting happens, wanaangalia who was the commander in charge of this particular group of police officers at this particular time. That change should go up, because police officers, they do not go to the streets by themselves. They have to get a command from somebody. That thing should also escalate mpaka kwa the presidency. The buck stops with him. But then again, our laws ziko na loophole. For example, IPOA inafaa kufuatilia ile mambo yenye walisemekana polisi hawafai kuja kwa streets with masks. But then what happens? Police wanakuja kwa streets with masks to mean washa violate the law. IPOA should go to the Nairobi Regional Commander. They have the list of everyone who was sent to the streets. You get me? Another thing, we should limit the power of the president and actually the executive. Because Ruto say yako na kiburi, yako na powers ya kuappoint IBC chairperson. How is it possible that someone who is looking to be re-elected has the authority to appoint? Why can't these laws be amended to create an independent body that will vet, appoint, and only forward that name to the president? I know the constitution iko na hiyo procedure yote, but take this power away from the president that he can influence this thing in a way. But again, hii judiciary yetu ya Martha Koome pia iko na ujinga, iko na ufala. Kina LSK ni mdomo tu wanapiga huku. Once the limelight, hiyo case nini yake imeisha, they go back to their offices, wanakunywa tu chai na mandazi. When something with the public outrage inatokea, it's when you see them. But again, they don't want to seal these loopholes zenye ziko hapa katikati. The president should not have the authority to appoint IG of police. Huyo atakuwa puppet wake. If these laws can be amended, watu kama Director General wa DCI, like, I don't know, there is something that needs to be done with our laws and regulations. Thank you.
Right. I see a man like Coin Man here. Coin Man. Looks like Coin Man is not with us. Saddam.
Yeah, thank you. First and foremost, I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone that maybe has showed up today for the demonstrations. Secondly, I want to condole with the family of the deceased Eli Joshua. Today is a very breaking day for all the young people of this country. I want to take this opportunity as a young person to talk about maybe the way forward, what the future looks like. I don't want to belabor the point of so-and-so is not good, we are really living in hard times, these are not the leaders that we chose, this is not the country that we envisioned, maybe during the promulgation of the Constitution. Or the buck stops with the people that we elect. I have someone here, I don't know if it is in this space or another space, where somebody said, in 2022, we were between maybe a rock and a hard place. It was between, we know the two main candidates that we had then. I agree entirely. Now, what are we doing as young people to ensure that come 2027, we will have an opportunity to elect candidates like sober candidates, articulate, straightforward, genuine people you can count on. As young people, by 2027, people between the ages of 18 to 35 will be 15 plus, close to 17 million votes. As young people, we have all what it takes to capture power. I think it has never been this clear, the stars have never aligned to the favor of young people. I don't think in all the political elective seasons that we have had in this country since independence. As a young person, I encourage us and beseech every young person, how do we strategize enough as young people to ensure that we capture power? Number one. Number two, we get a position in that negotiating table. Number three, we force a dialogue or a negotiation or a compromised position considering our numbers. Because that is the gist of the revolution that we want. A revolution can only be through the ballot or through the bullet. I will choose to go for the change that we want through the ballot. By now, let me talk as an individual. I feel like our biggest arrangement now would be having candidates in all the elective positions, 6 elective positions in the entire republic. Is it possible for us to do it? Yes. Why aren't we doing it? Maybe that's a little bit complicated. I can't answer it alone. Should we start doing it now? Yes. Are we behind schedule in starting to do it? Not really. Time is lapsing. We have 26 months to the next general election. With the facts, as an economist, I believe in facts and numbers. Don't fight facts. Facts are sacred, facts are stubborn. They will always catch up with you. Today, the political setup as we have it now, we only have 2 political factions today. It is a fact. I can't run away from it. It is not my wish. It is not my doing. We only have the Ruto Raila wing, and we have the Rigiji, Kalonzo, Eugene, other wing. As the young people, are we in a position to force for a conversation? Are we in a position to field candidates? Because by fielding candidates is the only way that we as young people, we will be able to capture power entirely, 100%. And if we are not able to capture that power, we are able to force for a negotiation. We either are on that table or we are going to flip and break that table. I don't want to belabor the point. My name's Saddam Kashie. If any one of us thinks through my lenses and thinks that whatever I'm saying is making sense, kindly reach out. Reach out. We need to organize politically for purposes of capturing power and being in the leadership position. I want to take just one example that one of my brother's previous speakers spoke of. He's asking, why does His Excellency William Ruto have so much power, it is because his checks and balances were according to what we have as a constitution today, is in parliament. The checks and balances of the head of state and the executive should be in parliament. But what has happened? He has the majority in the parliament. So somehow the parliament is compromised and cannot articulate itself. If I'm the head of state today and I appoint the speaker, I have the majority leader, I have the numbers, they will definitely sing to my tune. So where does the buck stop in terms of checks and balances and putting voices of reason and the aspirations of Kenya? I'll speak to the finance bill that was there 2020, I think 2024. It passed, no matter how loud we the people are, but it sailed through the National Assembly, through the Senate, and it was going to pass as a law. As young people, you have an opportunity. Let us get out of our comfort zones. Politics is very tiring. Politics is very expensive. As young people, sometimes I feel like our priority is not, we don't have a prioritized checklist, because we are willing to go out of our way. We are ready we are being killed, we are being hurt, we are being tortured. What is our fallback plan? My solution is, let's organize politically for purposes of capturing power. By now, with 26 months to the next general election, if you are not careful enough, our voices, our little and small voices will be drowned. Once the political season is here, the legacy politicians have the wherewithal. They have the big sounds, they have the big cars, they have the motorcade, they have the pomp and color. It will be noisy. Our little voices of reason will have nowhere to be heard. We will look like orphans. Now it is our time. Why we sound loud and we sound robust and we have the attentions of the media is because it is not yet the political season. Let's capitalize on this season. If you ask me, in the next few 3, 4, 5 months, as young people, I don't know how we are going to get at that position. We should have leaders, elective positions. We should have aspirants in all elective positions in the whole country. Wherever you are, I don't know how many we are in this platform, maybe past 300. Wherever we are, by now, in Nairobi, we have a candidate. Let us even not go for the presidency first. In Nairobi, who is the Gen Z and the youthful candidate? Who is it? Tunafaa kuwa naye. In where I come from, Kasarani, who is the youthful candidate of Kasarani? Member of Parliament. We have 5 wards in Kasarani. Who are the aspirants, the youthful? And for us, even we need not have a political party, my brothers and sisters. We can choose to go it independent. Because as legacy politicians, they only have 2 options now. Is either to pull the tribalism card on us, where they will split our vote basket, or later capitalize on the confusion that is exhibited by us with regard to handling politics. Okay, so that is the only 2 tools that they have to dismantle our engine. So by us, what is it that we have on our side is age. So if you ask me, let's practice ageism. We can say we will vote for the youngest candidate. You just go to that in all those elective positions. Who is the youngest candidate? Kuna mtu wa 35, kuna mtu wa 29, kuna mtu wa 21, kuna mtu wa 19. If we choose to vote for the youthful candidates in all these elective positions countrywide, we'll have a very youthful leadership in all, especially in National Assembly and Senate, because that is where laws and resources are articulated, especially they are passed into bills, and in the Senate is where resources with regard to county government happen. Your resources zinakuwa shared and zinakuwa assigned. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.
Okay, thank you, Saddam, for your submission. Naona Edwin ako hapa. Let me play, before I bring in Edwin, let me play this.
It would be, Madam Speaker, it would be careless on my part if I don't say that I've just learned that actually the young man that I'm talking about, I'm being told is again from Homa Bay and from Suba. Madam Speaker, that is why we must always stand on principle. Can you imagine if I was speaking here carelessly, saying how it is nice for police to kill people? But I have said the police need to restrain themselves without knowing that this is a person from Suba. Madam Speaker, I want to repeat, it does not matter, and he was selling masks because people are demonstrating. I've actually watched that clip. It is totally reckless and irresponsible what that police officer has done, and they are doing a disservice to this government, because when you make 5 steps forward or 10 steps forward, they take you 50 back. And we need to be moving forward as a country. We can't be moving back all the time. What do I go and tell the Suba people? Honestly. I don't know if it's from Suba North or Suba South, but whichever is from Suba. It is unfortunate. And from Homa Bay, we are tired of mourning. We are dying of natural causes. Even yesterday, I lost my nursery school teacher at which. Today, again, we are from the police. Let us die of natural. Let us die of natural causes, not being killed. Homa Bay, please. Please.
Thank you.
Ongondo Were, Ojuang. Now, surely, all of us are being killed. Who will remain in Homa Bay? Please.
Five, four, three, two, 1, 0.
Welcome. Home Run with Pippi.
It's really sad. It's really sad to see such brutality go live on camera. We had just gotten news of Mukwana and disciplining people from above. We have not even gone anywhere. We are not gone anywhere. Yeah. I want to just point out something, and that today somebody was selling masks, was shot dead. They're saying he might not have had died, but is in critical condition. But why are we shooting? Why are our young men and women being shot at in protests? Last month there were protests in the US against immigration. And guys were carrying Mexican flags, Palestinian flags, and we didn't see anybody being shot dead. They burnt police cars until one of the governors had to deploy, I think Trump had said that he was going to deploy Marine or something like that. But casualties were on the minimum. But sisi tu maandamano hapa Kenyatta Avenue, dakika 5 peke yake. Maandamano hapo dakika 5 hapo Kenyatta Avenue, unapata tayari mtu ameuawa. What a bloodthirsty country we have become. We are continuing that culture of blood, taking blood. Tunakunywa damu nyingi sana kama nchi. It's so unfair. Look at the parents. They keep on getting news. You see, when I tell my parents that I'm coming for maandamano, wanaanza kukua sad because they're not sure if I'll come back home. They're seeing what Baba Ojwang is doing, has gone through. So you can imagine. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 5 minutes past 7 p.m. Of course, I say that this space is supported by you, the listener. It's actually for sure. And how do you support us? Unaingia pale hivi kwenye tip ja line yetu. Na tunasema chukua less than a minute to go into that tip ja and support. So hiyo wakati naendelea kuongea hivi, let's use this minute because so far since we started the tip ja line is at 0 shillings. So we carry 150 bob, 20 bob, so that we can at least get this, keep the internet running, and of course, and help us maintain the space. Yes. So yeah, before we even go to the next speaker, let's at least mtu mmoja afungue tip ja line yetu. 0721948229 is the number. We are 6 minutes past 7 East African, and we are trying to check on the state of the nation as well as we continue on this conversation. Leo pale hivi kwenye CBD watu wamekuwa wakipigwa risasi live. You know, there are levels to crowd suppression, and I don't think we have jumped from tear gas to flashbangs to rubber bullets to blank bullets, from blank bullets to rubber bullets to live bullets. I don't think we have gotten to that level of hostility, that would make people want to attack people like that. So yes, it's quite unfortunate that we have to report on such issues in on a day like this. All we needed is justice and an end to police brutality. Yes. Thank you, Edwin, for your tip. All we wanted was an end to police brutality, but we are looking at again a situation where police brutality is now becoming the end of, is becoming the order of the day. You know, so what do you feel should be done? What do you feel should be done? What do you feel as a Kenyan right now? If you're in the streets, what have you observed? Let's have that conversation. Edwin is here. I want to go to Edwin. It's Kip, Weston, and Brian Osoro on the line as well. Edwin.
Thank you once again for allowing me to speak. You know, I've listened to what Millicent, Millie, has said, and it's so unfortunate. Why do these leaders keep on twisting the conversation to a tribal thing? His body was not taken to hospital by Suba people. When his body was being taken to hospital, they were not singing Suba folk songs. They were singing the national anthem. Nobody gives a fuck whether he's a Suba, whether he's a Kikuyu. Nobody cares. He's a Kenyan, a youth, a fellow youth who has been killed unjustified by the police. And she's there twisting it, painting a perspective that he's defending him because he comes from Suba. Who cares? Kenyans are not tribal. The tribal people are our politicians, and they use that tribal card to manipulate us, to get votes from us, to divide us. The Gen Z, we are not, even that term Gen Z, I don't believe in that term. This is just a Kenyan movement. This is a revolution. Kenyans are waking up. Kikuyu or not, when we go to protest, we don't care whether you are from Kikuyu or whatever, or a Luya, who can read the tribe of another by looking at them. So a Suba life is more important. If the person who died was a Kikuyu politician is supposed to defend him. It's so unfortunate, the kind of leaders. Sometimes I agree with the guy though, who must have a problem. They are the most tribal people. They are the people who brought us to this fucking mess. And they dare lecture us when we try to solve the problems they gave us. They're the one who brought us to this mess. They're the most tribal motherfuckers, most evil people you'll ever meet. Hypocrites of the highest order. And they dare lecture us Kenyans. Sometimes I think anarchy is needed so that these leaders may be jolted back to reality, that they are not gods, that your injustices will have to bear fruit, and the fruit of your injustice, of the injustices you've perpetuated, is anarchy. People will get fed up. And us, the youth, we will visit them. We will visit their sins. Police officers, as I said earlier, I am now fully convinced. Show me one police officer who has ever shot a politician in Kenya, apart from assassination. Show me any police officer who has shot any politician in Kenya. The way they've shot Ali, the guy was selling a mask. None. But show me any ordinary Kenyan who has been shot by police. There are numerous. Some of them have not even been documented. It is not by accident, it is by design. These leaders of ours live in their own reality, in a delusion where police protect them. And they really don't give a fuck. They're not trying to pretend they care when a common mwananchi was killed. They don't care. All they're thinking is votes. And you saw how Millicent spoke. He's now thinking, oh, my Suba community, blah, nonsense. You don't care. In Suba, it's not only Subans who live there. There are Kikuyus, there are Luyas, there are even Ugandans. They're still stuck in that old mentality. That's why they kiss Ruto's ass all the time. They worship him all the time. This is why they sing praises to him. This is why they believe they have to be in government, kiss his ass, so that Ruto may develop the Nyanza side of Kenya, the western side of Kenya. They have to kiss his ass, as if the president is the president only for Rift Valley. He's the president of Kenya. We should not kiss his ass for him to do what is right for all sides of Kenya. This boomer generation, they are just a cancer. They are the rot of this society. The day they go, things will change. And they love power so much. They cannot let go of power. This system has to be fixed. This is not a personality thing. Even if we elect leaders, if they have the power they currently have right now, if they get that power, they will be corrupted. This power has to be reduced. The power of the presidency, the power of our politicians, the powers of our MPs. And our MPs cannot be recalled. It's nearly impossible. They have created laws whereby you cannot recall them. They protect each other. They protect that system, that cabal, that evil cabal that steals, that robs our future. So even if we put any leader there, I don't see if anything much will happen. We had Ali, the current MP for some place here there in Coast. He used to expose all these things, all the corruption. He exposed even Ruto's crime, the way he stole land. When he got in government, what did he do? All that disappeared. He now kisses the ass of government, left, right, center. I did not believe that he will change, but he changed. Because that system, for you to be a politician in Kenya, you have to accept that system. Kenya had a chance of changing in 2002, the Rainbow Alliance, but they failed to make that change complete. When Moi left power, all the wealth he stole should have been returned. Moi should have paid for his crimes. But Kibaki let him go. He protected the system again. And when we were voting for Kibaki, we thought he's a good leader, but he failed in that part. And he continued the same thing. He also got involved in corruptions like Anglolism. So I think we should fix that system. This system, these boomers will always protect each other. They're just a rot. They are a cancer. Thank you, Peter. I'm done.
All right. Thank you, Edwin, for that. I'll go to Itskipio.
Pipita, it's very sad, Maze. This is just an advice as a millennial. Me, I'm 35. I just wanted to say, let's be careful on how we speak on here, because it's not only the streets. It was confirmed that CA, Communication Authority, are tapping our phones. So let's not criminalize ourselves on here. Let's be careful with our words. Tuongee stori za chapa saa zingine. By the way, hivyo tu. Asanteni.
Unasema nini wewe? Eti careful with nini? Yeah? Brian Osoro.
People, you don't want to be careful.
Yes? Nyaja?
You don't want to be careful.
What are you telling us? Be careful. Kwani unataka kuniambia hii nchi freedom of speech iko na careful clause hapo ndani? Wacha wewe. Inaitwa freedom of speech and expression. Na hawezi kuja kuambia kwani nini watu wamesema hapa yenye sasa iko treasonous sana, hiyo yenye unaambia watu eti mujichunge. Wacha wewe bwana.
Peter, let me interrupt
and if it's death, we die once. Even it doesn't not matter how much you torture us, we die once.
The person who shot Brian Kidogo, the person who shot the mask seller, the police, they've issued a communication that they've arrested him and are doing further investigations, but they've arrested him. Thank you.
Nimekumako it's Kipio. Kwanza hata nafaa ni kuunfollow. What an idiot. Tunakuja kutuambia hapa eti tujichunge tusiongee. Huyo kijana amepigwa risasi hapo hivi juu ya mask. Who will talk about them bwana? Mwacheni hivyo. Vitu zingine bwana ni common sense. Brian.
Yeah. Unajua, there's an example I like giving. Okay, swimming. Some of us walikuwa hiyo time ya Moi, when before news ianze, we would see his portrait, you know, for 15-20 seconds, enough news inaanza. We could not even speak about it. We could not even, I remember hiyo time huyu KJ, believe it or not, wakatengeza show, ito ridiculous. And ilipotoka tu hivi mpaka ulikuwa unaogopa kuiwatch. It was like we had considered Moi to be this godlike figure who could do no wrong,